Welcome back to the Road to National series. In today's episode, I'm going to take you through an upper max workout. So my variation for this week was a banded camber bar bench press. My previous best with this amount of band tension was 90 kilos. So here I attempted 100 kilos and it was a tiny grind, but I managed to hit it fairly comfortably. The reason I attempted that is because last week I actually managed with 10 kilos more of band tension to match the 90 kilo best that I had previously had with this much band tension. So I thought that it stands to reason with 10 kilos less of band tension that I should be able to hit 100 kilos, 10 kilos more of bar weight. That was quite confusing explaining that, but anyway, it managed to hit a 10 kilo PR on the bar weight for that amount of band tension compared with last time I'd done that. So happy with that. Very quick clinical max effort there, and move straight on to the accessories. So the first accessory here is converging chest press, and I decided to do sets of 274 pounds and I managed to get 2 sets of 8. So very happy with that. I think my best at this weight is only sets of 6 before, but also if you followed the channel for a while, you'll know I used to train my triceps as my first upper accessory, then my back and then my chest. However, weakness off the chest is my issue in the bench press, so I've switched the order and just started training my chest accessory first and then my tricep accessory is third. But that is also one of the reasons I think that's allowed me to hit that PR with that chest press there. And I used to always find that the second set on the chest press I'd get way less reps. I talked about that a few times. I think as that chest press starts in the bottom position, it's quite hard to get it up, particularly in the second set when you're already fatigued from the first. However, I managed to get 2 full sets of 8 there, so I was very happy with that as well on the chest accessory there. So the next accessory here was my back accessory. It was a vertical pull, which was a wide mag grip lat pull downs. I decided to go moderately heavy at 200 pounds and I managed to get 2 sets of 12. Well, the last rep was sort of cheaty on both sets, but I've been trying to focus more on exploding the weight down with lat pull downs, but doing it controlled, not using like loads and loads of body momentum. I still use a bit just to help me get over the initial inertia, but also if I didn't lean back at all, I'd actually just be like pulling myself upwards, particularly with my explosive style of lat pull down. So I have to lean back to keep myself grounded, otherwise I sort of start lifting off the pad. But that was a PR for me as well, 2 sets of 12 at that weight, or like I said, the last rep was a little bit cheaty on both. It was sort of a half rep, but still I think my best previously have been sets of 10, so happy with those. Then moving on to the next accessory here, it's now my tricep accessory, which used to be my first, but now I've swapped it with the chest accessory like I was explaining earlier, and I did 40 kilo Swiss bar overhead tricep extensions here for 2 sets of 15. So I've switched to this parallel grip. I used to do it on the diagonal grip. If you're retuning into the channel after not watching for a while or something, and you're thinking, why is he so much weaker at this exercise? It's because I was much stronger with that diagonal variation, but I think the reason I was stronger is it took a bit of the tension off the triceps. It had a bit of a lower range of motion, so not as far, and that made it easier. So since I've switched to this vertical grip, this like parallel grip, I found that it hits my triceps way more, but obviously I'm weaker because of that. It's isolating the triceps well, and that was a nice PR there of 2 sets of 15 at 40 kilos. I've only done a few other variations, which was like at 45 kilos, I think I've done sets of 10, and then at 50 kilos, only like sets of 4 or 5. They were very challenging, or maybe it was just sets of 3. Anyway, I was happy with those tricep extensions. Then the next accessory here, I decided to do overhead dumbbell strict presses for my shoulder accessory. Now, unfortunately, at the end of that first set, you might see, particularly as I'm skipping through, I'm sort of grabbing my shoulder and looking from side to side with my head. I strained my trap and my neck. So maybe foolishly, I decided I wanted to persist with the workout. So I did this second set. I'd got 2 sets of 10 here, by the way, at 30 kilos, which is a PR for me as well. I think my previous best was sets of like 6 or 8 at this weight. So I was was happy with that. My strength was great. However, at the end of that second set as well, you see I'm suffering a bit. And to be honest, I go on to this next exercise here, which is seated curls for biceps, because I thought it'd be easy. I'd be lying back. It would like not aggravate my neck at all. But in general, it was just very uncomfortable. My neck was getting worse and worse. So I did do both sets of the bicep curls. I think I got a set of 12 on this first set and a set of 10 on the second set. So I had done 2 sets of 8 at 15 kilos last week. That was the first time I did this seated curl variation. It's sort of new for me. So to be able to get a set of 12 and 10 and progress like that fast, I think that's just because I'm getting used to the variation. But here you can see as it's skipping through, I'm sort of grabbing my shoulder and neck in between sets. I managed to get through both sets. It hit the biceps very well. But at the end of this, I was in a lot of pain. So I do actually come back for one more accessory, my ab accessory, but I actually left the gym after this set of bicep curls. I was struggling massively with the pains in my neck. So at the time of recording this, it is the next day. My neck is still not fine. Whatever I've done, I've sort of tweaked, I think, the trap running up into the neck. It feels like there's a massive knot in my right shoulder blade, and I can't really turn my head to the right. It was annoying to try and sleep with all through the night. I normally like toss about quite a lot in my sleep, and every time I was getting woken up by my neck hurting. So I came back this morning, actually the day after the rest of the workout, to continue and do the final accessory of abs. Today's supposed to be my lower day where I do my lower max. I think I'm gonna have to push it over to tomorrow. I might end up doing it, but there might be a delay until the next video as well. Obviously because of this annoying neck injury. But aside from that, this final accessory here of the abs did actually go really well. One of the reasons could be that obviously I had a rest overnight, and I literally just came back in to do these sets of isometrics on the GHD. 25 kilos, I have done isometrics at this weight before, but I think I've done them for way less time, like 20-second isometrics, and here I tried to go for like 30 to 40-second isometrics. I don't know the exact time, I just sort of count in my head slowly. I hate doing isometrics because of that, because you can't like speed it up. When you're doing reps, you can hurry along. If you have 10 reps to hit, you can hit it in twice the time. And when training for strength, that's not even a bad thing. For hypertrophy, you might not want to do that. But with isometrics, you just have to sit there and take it. So anyway, happy with the ab strength there at least, and the performance on that final accessory. But yeah, you can see I'm feeling stiff and my neck is still hurting. So that's just something I've got to manage going forward. So that is it for today's video. I hope you did in fact enjoy the video. If you did, drop it a like, drop a comment, subscribe, click the bell, all that good stuff, and I hope you have a great day.